Well, hello everybody, it's Mr. Lee David Carter here, and I wanted to talk about the subject of gender dysphoria, which can be seen as mental health to many people. This is such a juicy topic, and I love talking about it. So, there are many of us that suffer with emotional abuse, and from the parents, in many ways. And questions many may have asked me is, should you, forgive your parents, for example? So it doesn't matter what age you are, basically, and many feel that they're not very close, but are civil because they just want to get along, basically, and they don't want the conversation to worsen with regards to the relationship. So it's all about forgiveness and acceptance, okay, when it comes to our parents, when we're dealing with dysphoria, because many in the family unit are not so accepting when it comes to people that are suffering with gender dysphoria. They're not so accepting in a subject like this. They find it hard to accept, and they don't understand it, basically. So I wanted to talk about this, okay? Now, this may not be for everyone, because there's many out there that are accepting. I mean, with regards to my parents being a trans man and going through the transition over a decade ago, I mean, my parents were quite accepting. But the thing is, there are many out there that are not quite so accepting, and they are abused and rejected because of their gender identity. So this may not be for everyone, but many may find that this is a hard thing to do. And I would interpret this question like, well, this, that a person really needs to express. So this topic spoke to me instantly, because I've had, a situation with one or two family members that are not so accepting, and they've come out with a few comments, and I have to sit there and try and educate them and sit down with them. Okay, so when I looked into the DSM regarding gender dysphoria, mental illness, however, focused on the dysphoria part, a feeling of anxiety, upsetness, incongruence. You just aren't yourself. People suffering with gender dysphoria. And what you know or you are is not what you look on the outside to what you feel on the inside, okay? And basically, anyone that's going through this, it's not the way people want people to address you in that way with regards to dysphoria and who you are. That disconnect, should I say, with who you are can be incredibly uncomfortable as an individual. It's difficult, it's frustrating, and it makes people feel hopeless. And if they don't have options for surgery or hormone treatment or other things, then basically they can do the change, and other reasons regarding their gender, but often it's not available to people financially. It could be cultural, it could be ethical, depending what family unit they're in, what part of the world they're in. It's based on all these reasons. There's a bunch of reasons why it can't happen for many. So people feel frustrated, yes, in DSM, because focusing on dysphoria, labelling it as a mental illness, and DSM, talking about the diagnostic criteria. And I wanted to talk about this because I thought it was important that, how upset it makes an individual feel that they really want to confront their parents, I am sorry that, or not being empathetic, or even sort of to work on it or educate them in some way. It's a process, and forgiveness doesn't mean that you aren't angry. You can forgive and still be angry, because it is a process. You've got a right to get angry. That's okay. you know. But many of our needs to confront people is anger and hurt, and whether it be your parents or your family or friends or whoever it is really. And this can be seen as, you know, if you don't reach your goals, then it does not really, you know, rely on their response. It's based on our need to express, your need to express as an individual, how you feel, and to reach out and let them know how you feel. Then that's okay. So just focus on yourself and not what their response may be, and think about, you know, not having to re-injuring yourselves. With gender dysphoria, you know, is a diagnosis that, you know, this topic spoke out to me, and basically focusing on dysphoria, they're just labelling it as mental illness. So that's the controversy around it. But to me, it's not a mental illness, and I work around mental illness. So I just want to bring up this topic for many out there that have asked questions. Okay, so please come and join me, and thanks for watching this video blog. You can reach me on www.leedavidcarter.com, or you can message me, anybody that wants to ask me questions anonymously, on info@leedavidcarter.com, or you can reach me on team@leedavidcarter.com. So please message me, get in touch with me, any questions you want to ask, I'm there for you. I will ask you certain things, and I'll be able to give you feedback, answer any questions that you may ask. Okay, so I'm going to say namaste. Go out there, people, reach your highest potential, love yourself and accept yourself, and don't worry what other people say and what they think. Love and light, and namaste. Speak to you all soon.